hello, good people of the internet. We are back playing Greedland today because it's had a couple of updates since its initial early access release, and I felt like it was fair to give it another shot. I've played it a few times over the weekend. In fact, it was a slightly different version of the game. So it's being updated all the time. It's only like a few days past the initial early access release. And a few other things which were kind of dragging it down were missing translations and that sort of thing. And that is definitely much improved in the current version. And I can now explain things and what's going on a lot better. So if you've watched some of the other videos and you're a bit confused or whatever else, maybe this is the video for you. So there is this mod section, and these are all now have translations. In fact, the one which I was missing before that was stopping me from being able to shoot was the one called shooting license. You can't shoot without it. And maybe there's a reason why you'd want to do this and turn it off, but you can effectively spec out your whole build. So the auto aim stuff as well is one of these. It's in what system, or is it survival? I can't remember what it's called. Assistant, there we go. So auto aim, yeah, is there. So if you want to not manually shoot, then you would equip this. And you only have a capacity of 44. So if you start equipping all the mods, then you're going to run out of capacity, which brings me to the next point, that there is a bunch of things which you can improve in this. So these are your mods, which do things like, well, your standard survivors-like things. So there's magnet to increase your pickup range. If we just look at all, there's power, which increases all damage. There's firearms power, equipment power. Things like making you fire faster, your weapon fire rate. Oh no, this is equipment fire rate. There's one which makes you move faster. Do I have that? Propulsion, movement speed, all these things. So you can kind of pick and choose your build. You can also get some expansion going on, so your capacity isn't just capped, but you can pay for this, and this costs 18,000 of these credits. Okay, I said most of the translations are done. There's still some missing. Do you want to use currency? But it's kind of mostly obvious. I currently hold not enough money to do this anyway, so it shouldn't really give me the option to confirm it and say insufficient funds, but that's fine. But the point, because I spent all my funds before, there's these two currencies that you're picking up by doing the levels, and you can use them in lots of different ways. Expanding your capacity, getting more mods, changing your equipment. So there's various guns, and each gun can be upgraded, and you can unlock new ones and spend your currency to unlock new ones. They each play a bit differently. And back, see there's armor as well. There's lots of different armors. Again, you can upgrade them when you've upgraded them. So they all come with a different ability. When you upgrade them enough, then it gives you a different passive ability. 2 of them, in fact. So they're all different. So the Ranger, for example, if you upgrade it to level 10, start the game with 2 UAVs, which is one of the upgrades to your suit. Very useful. And what else can you upgrade? So there's not just your armor and your weapon, but the equipment. You can upgrade this, except you can't. Oh no, you can. You can upgrade this, and you unlock various equipment throughout the game. So I've now unlocked the orbital cannon and the force field. I haven't got the Raptor drone yet. Is that when it says Raptor, does a small dinosaur come out? Don't know. Well, we'll find out. I mean, not today, but another day. Air support upgrades are when you get air support in, you can improve these. I think at the moment there isn't actually anything. Yeah, stay tuned. So again, early access, still things that are improving, which is good to see. And there is mechs coming at some point in the very distant future. Some of those things are locked behind this mission system. So you need to go up a certain, you can't upgrade the mod system fully. The next upgrade that I'm going to get, because I'm on normal level, or my rank is like normal 9. When I go up to normal 10, I will then unlock another capacity increase from the mod system if I can spend the cash to upgrade it. And then there's also another mod that I will unlock to skip, whatever that means. Presumably it doesn't just mean skipping around the map. Anyway, so that's enough talking about all the things. Why don't I equip myself with, maybe not the flamethrower, let's show you the laser gun. And what does the mission want me to do? Restore health, so maybe we'll have a restore health mission. Oh no, it wants me to use the flamethrower. Well, go on then, I'll show you the flamethrower then. And it wants us to do it on Jungle Area 7 Dusk. At least that's to upgrade and go to the next level. So we'll equip the flamethrower, we'll go to the map. Jungle, I haven't even unlocked Jungle Area 7. So we'll just do Jungle Area 6, which is a relatively long run, but that's fine. Anyway, so this is the flamethrower. Looks like a flamethrower, right? I mean, it's definitely, as we knew, an Unreal Engine game with lots of cool graphics. And what do we want? Okay, they have changed, this used to be 25% pickup range, they've changed it to 40%, but I don't want pickup range at the beginning, even though I do normally focus on pickup range. I'd like to have another bit of equipment, and let's show you the orbital cannon, because I don't think I had that before. And the thing I like to focus on at the beginning is getting lots and lots of experience, so I won't worry too much about the crystals. And we could unlock the force field, but having the frequency increased is a rarer thing, so we'll have that first. And you can see the thing firing from above is the orbital cannon. So yeah, just focus on the energy, the experience. And this is why I'm going to go with this one next, to get extra experience. Okay. I missed that it was going to come hit me. And so this is an airdrop. Although I don't know why this one is slightly different than the other ones, but this is a incendiary bomb, which just, yeah, sticks a whole load of fire. Well, grenades on the ground. Anyway, we want to keep boosting up our orbital cannon, so now we have 2 of those attacking. And actually, I could have showed you the desert, which is a slightly different map with slightly different enemies. Same sort of thing going on. Let's go with the force field now. You know, it starts off with level 1 creatures, and then you end up with these ones that explode. Fairly standard. But then some slightly different things happen. We're going to go with force field damage. If you don't understand what force field damage is, then I'll explain in a second what a force field damage is. We're just going to get the incendiary bombs, so anything coming near us dies. So what's next? We'll keep going experience, because we want to level up as much as possible, because leveling up is fun. Yeah, so the other things that happen on the desert level is, like, instead of them just appearing from the side of the map, some of them will appear much closer to your starting position. Again, boosting the current equipment that we have. So yeah, instead of starting from the edge of the map, they just pop up nearer to you, like they've come out the sand or something. What are we going to have this time? We are going to equip. Critical rate will be useful towards the end, but let's keep getting the equipment improved. Because our flamethrower is not actually that good at the moment. We haven't found any upgrades for our weapon. You're probably wondering about force field, because I said I'd tell you about it, and I haven't just yet. But let's go with health recovery, because that's also one of our missions. When the enemies enter our force field, which is the green sphere thing around us, they will start taking damage. So if you played, or if you saw me play, I still don't understand range, so we're going to go with, well, I suppose it's the rarer one. Right, let's go with it. If you saw me play 20 minutes to midnight, you may have seen this thing called Gaze, which basically damages nearby enemies. That's pretty much what it's doing. You'll see enemies that come close to me start taking 23 damage. And so boosting that up will increase the area and how much damage it does. We are going to start getting weapon fire rate, because we need to improve our gun, because our gun is one of the most important things. And in fact, we are just not doing a very good job at staying alive in general, so I'm just going to run around. And here is a big boss. Area of effect for the flamethrower. Sure, let's have that. So now our flamethrower is a bit wider. And I've just activated our special ability, which I then didn't use. Yes. I need to somehow get to that drop. I mean, this may be a very short run, because I'm going to die. Okay, so the magnet is very useful. Airdrop. What do we want? We want more fire rate. We want more health recovery, because we have very low health. And maybe an iron shield to protect us. And we'll increase the shield limit. Or, yeah. So now our shield is in... Well, if we get hit, we don't take damage. And that'll be twice, and then it will come back after some time. Like so. And we want to do more damage. And we're dead. Because I played it terribly. We could play the same thing. Do I want to play the same thing? Yeah. So that time maybe I just didn't get the upgrades I needed. I think orbital cannon is a slow starter. And let's go with the critical rate. So yeah, orbital cannon being a slow starter coupled with force field, which is quite passive and then not upgrading the gun enough. Create problems. UAV is good. Let's go with that. So we have one little friend. And again, we do want to focus on experience, because it will help us upgrade. Attack distance. Or the range of the UAV. Again, I don't really understand range, so we're just going to go attack distance for now. I mean, obviously if things are very far away, but as you saw in the last run, which I kind of failed, they're not always very far away. Right, airdrop incoming, ice rank, sure. I mean, whilst there aren't that many enemies on the screen, you can attack a crystal and get some crystals. And what are we going to do next? Movement speed, extra UAV. Let's go with an extra UAV for now. We can get the orbital cannon later and show you what a powerhouse that turns into. So, because I got the distance upgrade, I think, did I? You see the flames now going much further. Which is useful compared to what was happening before. Force field again, let's upgrade the gun first, and then when we're a bit more comfortable with what's going on with the gun, then you know, at that point we can get the more defensive, slower build-up ones, because they are really powerful at the end, but maybe less powerful towards the beginning. So yeah, as I say, I ignore the crystals towards the beginning, because what you want to be doing is killing as many enemies as possible. Area of effect? Sure. And now there aren't that many enemies at the moment, but with the gun is more effective. See, just easily deals with lots of enemies. He says, as soon as lots of enemies come. Anyway, let's improve the UAV. Oh yeah, there's a dash in this game which I sometimes use. It depends on the build. If I'm just running around doing stuff, then I'll use it all the time. Experience for sure. And then health recovery, because we needed that last time. Or the iron shield. Let's go with health recovery. Well, sure. Why not? Let's just run around a bit, take some damage because I'm stupid. Fire all the things. More experience, please. Right, abnormal heat signature, so we'll use our boost for this. Run into it because I'm stupid. There we go, killed it. And then, what, more health recovery? Probably a good thing, given that we're now at 2/3 health. And now we'll get the damage or shield. Let's go with damage for now. Just fire around in circles. Maybe it doesn't really work as well. Should probably just aim. And then more experience. As I say, just keep getting more experience, because it means you'll level up quicker, and you'll be able to actually use them on other things. It's a risk, which didn't pay off last time because we didn't necessarily get the best upgrades. Because I was trying to show off the other things, but I can't remember. I think this is about as far as we got last time. So we could have distance, or we could improve the UAV. Let's start improve. Well, you improve the UAV where it provides the option. And yeah, improving its damage. Well, we do have some critical chance, so we could improve critical damage. But let's go. Our critical chance is not that high at the moment, so maybe it doesn't make sense to focus on the critical rate just yet. I mean, the damage. When we've improved the rate, then that maybe comes the time when we do that. Or maybe we start getting other equipment. Let's go with Vulcan. I mean, it's not my favorite piece of equipment. It's the forward-facing tiny gun. Well, there's two. Rather than the big orbs at the back, it's the smaller orbs at the front. Randomly shooting things, so... I was just a bit too slow on that dash. Anyway, there was a airdrop that we completely ignored. Whilst we're getting extra equipment, so let's go with Backwatcher. And we're going to run down, shooting the enemies, otherwise we'll take damage. And we're going to go get this airdrop. What was it? Because across the bottom. Well, that's good to do now, when there's this big enemy. Oh yeah, it's very useful to use the dash when you've got the big enemy as well. What I'm surprised about is that the flamethrower doesn't seem to have any burn damage, which is interesting. Because you would think, of all the things to do burn damage, flamethrower would be one of them. Anyway, that big thing's dead, and it leaves behind, as you've probably seen in previous videos, a hypercore. And unfortunately neither of these are legendary, but damage of the equipment, not just all damage. We're doing a lot of damage with our gun. So let's go with all damage. If you were just doing a run around build, or if you could rely on your equipment, then you'd probably choose the equipment damage. Anyway, what have we got? Improve the Vulcan. Not from Star Trek. It's the only logical conclusion. Right, now we've got annoying enemies that fling stuff at you. And fire rate. I mean, this one's rare, but I think this one's better. Because also, yeah, so we chose the Backwatcher, which is the gun behind shooting. I suppose we have a very fast firing gun. So in theory it fires whenever you do, but... Okay, magnetic field will give me all the upgrades. suppose we'll improve our Vulcan. Oh, and extra damage for everything, or get plasma discs. Let's go with extra damage for now, because we want to upgrade the things we have. And maybe get orbital cannons when they return with a force field, when we're comfortable with the equipment that we've upgraded. So let's just go. Weapon, improve the weapon. Because then it will do a stupid amount of damage. Maybe. I mean, it seems to be coping. We definitely could do with the shield, which hasn't arrived, so let's get another Backwatcher. Because yeah, the kind of ranged attacks which are coming in are doing a lot of damage to us. Anyway, it's at this point we're relatively comfortable with what we have. Well, let's get the force field. But I would start venturing out getting the crystals. You still want to be getting as much experience as possible. But effectively, if you finish a level, that'll give you currency. Overload is amazing. Just spin around. Yes, and crystals is a different type of currency, so you want it. Let's improve the damage. Try and get all the experience that we've created before. With our current gun, just spinning around is working. Extra crit damage, or do we want to start getting grenades? Crit damage. I suppose we can walk in this direction. There seems to be more enemies that come from the top of the screen than from the bottom. I don't know if it's just the angle of the camera. But you can see at the moment, some are coming from the bottom, but mostly they're coming from the top. We'll improve the UAV again, get the overload, because it just does masses of damage. And then try and pick up all the things. Extra quantity probably is the best thing here. Or the attack range on the force field. Let's go Vulcan quantity, because we've upgraded it a bit more. So even though I was trying to work my way to that crystal, there were just too many experience points here to ignore. Let's get the force field improvement this time, because it's the rare one. And as you can see, because it appears that more enemies come from the top, I just end up walking further north. What are we going to get? More damage, because we have lots of those Vulcans. And again, just all the enemies coming from the top. Anyway, we want the shields. Let's go with that. My ability, which I never use, will improve the shield, should I need it. And as ever, when using my ability, I tend not to use it. So fire rate on that, or penetrating more enemies, is probably the thing to do, because that probably doubles. They probably don't have any penetration. Anyway, let's start getting crystals. We're going to actually work our way south. Health recovery at this time. And now we can upgrade the... Is that the UAV? Yes. So I now have fully upgraded the UAV. So it's these awesome red things. More overload. And we would like force field. Let's try and see if we can improve the force field all the way up. I can now just run around and the UAVs do lots of damage because the number of enemies is dropped at the 10-minute mark. Because they're giving you a slightly stronger enemy. Let's just cruise and get the crystals. What's this? Magnetic field. So I'll level up a few times. What are we going to get? Could improve the gun, which we're not actually using. I suppose it's the rare things, might as well. And maybe... Well, we just improved the gun, so let's do it again. Not so many upgrades that time. Anyway, we seem to have used up all the crystals on this side. That big boss enemy will just give our UAVs a bit of help. There are definitely more enemies coming in now. But that guy's dead. And we have lots of equipment, so let's give them all more damage. So yeah, the number of enemies suddenly just ramps up again after it's got you used to these weird crawly things. That's fine, we can deal with it. We'll get an extra shield, which we use immediately. And there's this question mark here, which will be a dead mercenary. Which, because we have unlocked all the mercenary things, is just giving us an extra hypercore. Increasing one, so reborn means that I'll be able to respawn if I die, which is useful. But I think what's most useful is not dying in the first place, and therefore getting extra quantity I found to be one of the best things you can choose. Because I have 2 UAVs, and if I double that to 4, I'm going to have 4 Vulcans, and I double, well not double it, but get 6 of them. I won't have to do anything now. Except move. Okay, maybe I do have to do stuff. But it's very powerful. Especially if I do overload. Anyway, madness. So I can let them do most of the work without firing a single flame. We're going to go crystal hunting. So, I don't know, I just fire in the direction and walk that way. Seems to work. And let's improve the range. So we want the force field to be as big as possible. So it means that when anything gets close, that it will die. I think. Not that anything's getting close enough at the moment. What's the closest one? One down here. So yeah, you can get to the point where everything's just so easy that you can just waltz past it. Okay, until lots of it appears. And then a massive guy comes. What's it going to give us? Isolation shield will protect us for a bit. What do we want? Movement speed isn't helpful at the moment. Skill time. I suppose we can unlock a grenade. I'll just do a random extra bit of damage. Would have been nice to get the orbital cannon. I'm trying to run away from the boss because it damaged me. But it just respawns up here now. So it's looking pretty dire, but it's probably okay. We're doing just enough damage. Can get the equipment backwatcher. I do really want that magnet. So I can improve myself. Extra Vulcans, fire rate. Fire rate could be useful. Damage on that. Faster charging time. Sure. I don't know. Attack range. Range isn't helpful. I don't know why I chose that. Oh, he's behind me now. Need to stay just far enough away from him. Right, anyway, pick up his hypercore. Multiple shots I don't think really helps. Because I don't know, actually. But increasing the damage. Because I don't know how many shots the flamethrower counts as having in the first place. Let's just go with damage. Anyway, now we can just mow through everything. Improve the critical rate. So more things get crit hit. And we're into the last 5 minutes now. Sure, this looks like there's tons of enemies, but I think we're okay. Magnetic field will mean we upgrade again. And we're going to get the crit rate again. So even more things crit. I find that there's enough drops which are magnets that you don't need to worry too much about the XP. You can just leave it on the floor and you'll probably end up getting it at some point soon. Kill this weird heat boss thing. What do we want? More penetration. Improve the force fields, that's now massive. Just what was this? A magnetic field again. Well, a bit of a waste of time, I guess. Not too many things out there. Improve the shield. See, I don't even have to fire the flamethrower at this point. Even when I get close to a crystal, it just shoots it for me. Okay, sometimes there are too many enemies. And what do we want? Probably Backwatcher. I mean, I don't really like the skill because I don't really use it. I think I was coming this way because there was a crystal, but I probably shot it automatically without realizing at some point a long time ago. Yes, improve the range again. Can we just run through things? No. Overloads just kill everything. So I can just stay near things and they'll die. Oh, another big flame. 2 big things. Okay. I clearly haven't done this level. What do we want then? More grenades. So if you stay far enough away from this big boy, then he doesn't do his attacks. Oh, but there's that one as well. Airdrop. Cluster bomb. Let's get more of these things. So you need to keep them both on the screen, and then you can kill them. They both died at the same time. Okay, so we'll get the reborn, so we definitely don't lose. And then, well, let's get the crit rate and crit damage, because then you'll just see everything is critical, pretty much. And we'll improve our shield, even though we don't really need it. And then everything is so critical that nothing really hurts us, except for the ranged attacks. So basically I'm just dodging the ranged attacks, not using my flamethrower. I mean, even though I'm not using the weapon, just do that. What do we want? You may be wondering what vision is. I'll just get one to show you. Or two, so it's doubly... just basically zooms out, lets you see more. We will improve all damage. Doubly so. Anyway, I'm losing shields because I'm standing still. And it can be useful to just shoot. Let's go find that other crystal. Aha, so this is the evolution of the force field. A hyperlate field, which increases the attack range by 100%, supposedly. Anyway, just massive. Just then walk through things. Anyway, there's a thing here as well. Use the cluster bomb. Maybe we'll pick up that experience later on. Okay, running through the enemies like this is actually causing me to take damage. But I recovered it all very quickly as well. I don't know if that's because I have something which fixes it, I don't know. We'll improve our crit damage, so everything should die a lot quicker as well. This is how effective incendiary bombs are as well. Anyway, there's just a lot on the screen. I expect that the YouTube algorithm compression generally from the video is just not helping things. Anyway, so 20-minute level 60, well, 3 now. Something else over here? Oh no, it's the original drop pod. Mission complete. Which gets us a whole 31,000 currency and an extra 4,000 gems, which I said earlier can be used on various things. Completed these missions. I haven't done this one, but I can pay off the commander so I don't have to. And yeah, we'll do that. A small amount of cash, and then I'm on to the next level. So I unlocked another mod there, so we can find out what skip is. Skip. Skip options and gain 20% experience when leveling up. There you go. And then there are other achievement missions, so because I completed that for the first time, get some extra rewards. Anyway, this is the current Greedland in a maybe better light than when I showed it before. Yeah, if you like the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more like this, there's loads on the channel, so please subscribe for more. But I want to thank you for watching and hope you have a great day.